What? Dynatrace can do that with OpenTelemetry? No way. Hey everyone, welcome back to Dynatrace Can Do That with OpenTelemetry. I'm joined again by my fellow DevRel team member, Andi.
Hey, thanks for having me back. Now it's episode 5, I think.
Episode 5. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. This has been great.
Yeah.
It's been a fun journey. I'm excited to learn new things. What are we learning today, Andi?
Well, I think last time we looked at notebooks on how to kind of explore data and put it in a notebook to figure out kind of what answers do we get out of it. We also learned about that notebooks store the results in the notebook itself. So when you export it and give it somebody else, they also get the data. And typically notebooks are a way to then start thinking about what of this data do I want to put into a dashboard. So I thought today it's going to be about dashboards.
Amazing. Okay. So, as usual, for our faithful viewers, I am running the OTel demo, just set up to use the Docker Compose version of the OTel demo to send data to Dynatrace. This is a pure OTel path. So I am going to share my screen right now.
Yeah, perfect.
So guide me along.
Yeah, so we got two options. We could either start from your notebook that you created the other day, or we start from scratch with a new dashboard. What do you want to do?
Let's start with a notebook that we already had.
Yeah, go to the Notebooks app.
All right. Not that one. Here we go.
Here you go. Perfect. And I think
I'm still like trying to remember what the icons are.
Yeah. You know, you can also on the bottom left in your sidebar, you see the little expand. Yeah. That will then also show you the names of the logos. Or remember, what's the magic key combination?
Oh, Command or Control K, and then enter notebooks. Yeah, I guess I could have done that too. Okay, so let's free up some real estate here.
Yeah. So I think this was the notebook we created the other day, and I believe what is the first chart that we had on the top? What was that chart?
So this is our chart for our app recommendations counter.
Yeah.
So that was a custom metric that's being emitted by the OTel demo.
Yeah. So in this case, right, this still shows data from I think last week probably when we recorded this.
Yes. Let's rerun this then. Yeah. Okay, here we go. I have a gap.
That's when you were, I guess, you told me you had to restart your sample, but the data is here, it's persisted, it's kind of like in the notebook. So now what we can do, like everything in notebooks or dashboards, if you scroll up to the top of that widget, right? If you scroll up, if you click in it, then you see the 3 dots. You see the 3 dots on the top line now? Exactly. And this is where open with, you will see open with, it's basically open this particular data widget. And then we give you intents. So you can basically say, what do you want to do with this data, right? And here we can now say, what type of app do you want to open with which particular action? So that means in Dynatrace, everything is an app. And when we develop an app, or when also you, because you can also develop your own app, you can basically say, who can open me? What type of intent do I provide? And in our case, we can say the middle one, the dashboard, add the Grail query to the dashboard.
All right, here we go. Okay, so I guess I can start a new dashboard in this case.
I think so, yeah. Right? Yeah, I mean, you always get the option to add to an existing one, but I think a new dashboard is always good.
Yeah, I think a new dashboard makes sense.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay.
Perfect.
Ooh, and look, it's the exact same chart that we saw, which is not surprising.
So
I would have been surprised if it was different.
Yeah, one thing that is also not surprising. Remember some good naming rules and naming conventions. Untitled dashboards is a little bit boring.
That's right. So let's see, OTel demo dashboard.
Perfect.
Cool.
So now the difference with dashboards is the data. Every time you open up this dashboard, the data gets refreshed. So it gets queried from Grail, where all the data is stored.
Yep.
You have a time frame filter and also a segment filter on the top. So if you change it,
Yep.
then it will automatically update. You can also do an auto refresh. What you would expect, obviously, right, in a dashboarding
Yeah.
tool. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. So if I did, and you can set, looks like you can set the refresh intervals. Let's do every minute. And for kicks, let's do that every hour. And then, sorry, not every hour, for the last 30 minutes. Cool.
So now you may wonder, why doesn't it show me last 30 minutes, right?
Yes, I am wondering that, actually.
Yeah. Very good, because when we took over that particular query from the other side, it also took over the time frame that you had in the notebook, and you can see this with the indicator. There's like a little clock icon on the
Oh,
top
this thing
right
here.
corner. Yeah.
Ew.
And
Oh, okay.
which is actually really cool, because you can have custom time frames and
Yeah.
custom filters on widgets, which means it allows you to add, typically, I often see this, that you have, let's say, show me the last hour or whatever is the time frame of the dashboard, and then show me the same data of, I don't know, the last hour of a week before, for instance, right? You have different options
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. So I turned off the custom time frame.
Yeah.
And then magic.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. And also, this is bugging me.
Yeah. You
It
can
looks so tiny.
make it as big as you like. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, which I think with the notebooks you can't, right? You
No,
can't move it around in the same way, I seem to recall.
yeah, exactly. Notebooks are always top to bottom. That means every widget is completely filling. And again, I'm not a data analyst, but I think I've heard there's other tools out there like Juniper notebooks and other notebooks and other tools. Notebooks are meant for kind of analyzing, massaging the data, explore the data, refine your queries, and you want to typically start from top to bottom. Other use cases for notebooks are for your incident triage, your troubleshooting. You basically add data to the notebook. It's a collaboration thing, and dashboards are really, you want to put the right data in the right spot, so that whoever looks into this, they immediately know what they're looking at, and then you have all these graphical options, the layouting options. Yeah.
Right. And I guess it seems to me then that notebooks are more of a snapshot in time then, and this is more of a real time. Or did I
Exactly.
get it backwards? Okay, I got it the right
No, that's
direction.
exactly
That's
what
good.
it is. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So one other thing, you mentioned, let's save some real estate. Let's give us a little bit more space. You can also collapse the left bar that shows you the last open dashboard. So on the top left, next to the name.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
Okay,
Thank
sorry.
you. Oh
Exactly.
my God. Like, I was looking for that before.
Yeah. Now you know,
Thank
right?
you.
You're welcome.
Consider me educated.
Yeah. One
Is that
additional
the same
piece.
case in notebooks?
It's the same case in notebooks. Yeah, all the
Okay,
document
cool.
apps, I think they're similar, very similar. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Mhm.
Wonderful.
Yeah. So with dashboards, as with notebooks, right? What you see here is a widget. In this case, it's visualizing data that is queried through our DQL. You can always click on the edit button. So that means, like, now you have it highlighted, and on the top, you can either move it around or click on edit. Yeah, exactly. All right, you got
Cool.
the DQL query. You have the different visualization options. You can configure some tile details. So, right, there's like
Nice.
different things. You're like visuals, right? That's exactly,
Can change the color of the
yeah,
bars
yeah, exactly.
if I so desire. I don't
Hmm.
know what happens. Ooh, look at that.
Exactly.
Tile. Oh yeah, and then you can give that a description here
Hmm.
and here as well if I
Yeah,
wanted to.
yeah.
Ta-da!
And if you put something in the description, let's try this. Where does this show up? Perfect.
Let's see.
Yeah, I think it probably shows on the top right of this, right? You have a little text field now of that widget.
Where do you see that?
That widget, the recommendations graph on the very right.
Yeah. Oh, here.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I see. I swear I know the difference between right and left, just not under pressure.
All right. The other thing you want to know about dashboards, right? A dashboard is nice if one chart is on there, but it's nicer typically when more elements are on there. So you always have the plus button on, and you can add more.
I know where. Damn it! Where's the plus button? Oh, here.
Exactly. And then it's similar to what we saw with the in the notebooks. So we give you different tile options. You can just say, give me logs, metrics, events, problems, blah, blah, blah. Pure TQL. So with pure TQL, you can query any type of data and then you can visualize it however you want. Code, markdown. And if you scroll further down, we also have some of these ready-made snippets.
Ooh, I like this. Shall we do a snippet of fetching logs?
Yeah, of course. Do that.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah. And here we go.
Hurrah.
Exactly.
Actually, let's say I want my logs alongside my recommendations.
Yeah.
And I suppose then we should be able to also, to move it, use this guy here.
Yep.
Then we'll make it look prettier.
And now I wanna show you something, okay? So move it over.
All right.
Move it so you like it. So now I would like, I mean, it's great to see the logs, but wouldn't it also be cool to just see all the log, like the counts of the logs that you're seeing here?
Yes.
In a separate,
that would be nice.
Maybe in a separate tile. So multiple options.
That would be.
And multiple options. But one of the things I want to show you, if you click on that fetch logs tile, if you click on it, you see you have a duplicate option. That's the middle one. Yeah. So now what we can do, now duplicate is not what we want, but if you edit, perfect. So what we can do, we can change the TQL.
Yep.
And we can say fetch logs, and then we can do a count. So you can remove a line. You can remove line 2 and 3, or let's say remove line 3 because it would limit it to 100.
All right.
Yeah. And then instead of the sort by timestamp descending, we just remove that. And we just start the comment. We need a pipe. That's always pipe-based language. And then try a
count, you said?
Count, yeah. Summarize count, perfect. Let's look this, yeah. And that's it. And close the parentheses.
All right.
And then click on run. Perfect. So now we got a single number. And because it's now numeric, we can change the visualization. So maybe we want to visualize it not as a table, but you can, whatever you like.
Pie.
Like a like a single value will probably be good, right?
Yeah, I know that's not the greatest. Single value, yes.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Beauty.
Cool. So now,
and it would be cool too. We could get those logs to show like the logs just for the recommendation service as well, right?
Yeah, we can filter, right? I mean, the thing is, right now the query that you have specified is counting all of the logs.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
With filters, you could say we are filtering only the logs that have the metadata on the logs that they came from the recommendation service. Yeah, and there's different ways of doing this as well. We could go to your service, or we can actually like the entity service name, currency service front end. What do we have here?
Yeah, I think service.name.
Yeah, I'll show you something really cool. Do me a favor.
Okay. Yeah.
close the bar on the right side so we have a little bit more space.
Okay.
Yeah. So the table is not
Yep.
static, it's actually dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
So it seems you have the currency service, you have the front-end proxy as a service name. What else do we have in there? There's still some other
See.
logs as well.
It's probably limited to whatever.
To 100, yeah. But
I
I'll show
forget
you
what the,
something.
yeah.
I'll
Yeah,
show you
sure.
something. You can interact with the table, and the
Okay.
interaction with the table will actually do a little bit of adapting the query. So if
Okay.
you scroll back to the service name because you wanted to have, yeah,
Yes. Yep. Click here, I presume.
so you can, if you click on the header, yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
you can say, hey, you know what? I actually want to have a summary of everything. Yeah, click on summarize.
Okay.
Perfect. So now it's updating the query and it's adding a summary,
That's cool.
right?
And we can see how it does it.
Yeah. And I would, in your case, now remove the line number 3 because right now, right, DQL is a pipe-based language. That means it would fetch all the logs. I think even the sorting by timestamp now doesn't make any sense anymore because you're
No.
summarizing it
Yeah,
anyway.
that's
Yeah,
true.
yeah,
That's true. You
yeah.
are very right.
Cool. And now this is now cool, right? Because now we have the service name and the count.
Yeah.
And then in this case, your pie chart that you used earlier might actually now make sense.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Me like. Oh, look
Yeah.
at that.
Yeah.
So
So
much more
now we
easy.
see what's the biggest contributor in terms of logs,
Front end proxy.
front-end proxy. And we have the
Amazing.
total. So we got the total log count, that's
Yeah.
18K, I think. And then we have this.
Mhm.
And then if you want, you can again,
Mhm.
for whatever service, just say, and here are all of the individual, let's say, last 100 log lines for that particular service. Yeah.
Mhm.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
That is super cool. Yeah. It's nice too, especially if you're getting started with DQL. It kind of gives you some lines where you're like, oh, okay, this is how this is done.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely super cool. Yeah, it's I come from a SQL background. It's been a while since I've done SQL, but you know, um, it's nice to see some more constructs in DQL, which is
Yeah.
neat.
Hey, do me another favor. I want to show you one more
Mhm.
concept here.
Yeah.
Do me a favor, go back to the data tab to see our query.
Yep.
Yeah. And just do me a favor and just copy that query into your clipboard. Yeah.
Yep.
Now, there's one concept in Dynatrace in dashboards, it's called variables. Because right now,
Mm,
the only thing that is dynamic is the time frame, right?
yes.
Or also it's called the segment filter. So that's next to the
Mhm.
time frame. This is where you can
Yeah.
specify segments. Segments is a really powerful concept where you can it's also like filters, and you
Yeah.
can define global filters that can be used. But we can also create filters on the dashboard.
Right.
I think under the plus button again,
Yes.
if I remember this correctly, there
Uh-huh.
should be an option variables. You see under others, it's
Yeah,
almost on the bottom.
yes.
Yep, perfect.
Yes.
So now we could maybe we do one thing. Let's do, what's the example here? The example here seems to go, give me all of the log levels. That's actually an interesting one. Give me all the log
Yeah.
levels. Maybe let's go with the sample. Change the variable to log level. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Then copy or run. Yeah. Perfect. Right.
Oh, we
Info
have info
warning.
born.
Yeah. And now what we can do is we
Mm-hmm.
can edit
This guy.
we can edit this guy, or yeah, go in there. And now in line number 2, so we add another line before the summary because we want to first filter.
Right. Yeah, that
And we
makes sense.
say, give me all the give me all the logs,
Yeah.
and then filter. And then you
Okay.
can say, I think that the field is called log level.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, and even how nice.
Yeah.
So polite.
where basically the field log level equals the variable log level. So right, we want to say, what do you want to think? You want to do an equals, and then equals
Oh,
equals. Sorry,
yeah. Oh, yeah, of
yeah,
course.
yeah. And then log level, because that's kind of the name of on the log itself. So give me all the logs where the log level matches the log level that we've selected in the variable, and then give
Yeah.
me the count
Oops.
split by service name. Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. Perfect.
Ooh.
So now you can switch. Exactly. That's the awesome thing, right? Now you can click on log levels, select a different log level in the variable.
Damn.
Right?
Look at that.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's neat. That's very neat.
And you can also have you can have multiple variables. You can have variables that reference variables. So you could, for
Oh,
instance,
you
right?
can.
They can
Yeah.
become completely dynamic.
Uh-huh. That's cool.
Yeah.
Programmer in me loves this.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, and there's so many more things. I mean, you can, add, starting from the visualizations, from the layouts. You can, what we haven't touched at all, but this might be something for a separate episode, is
Mm-hmm.
that in Dynatrace we also allow you to add code in form of TypeScript to your
Mm-hmm.
notebooks, to your dashboards, to your workflows. You can build your own apps, and you can write TypeScript, and you can use TypeScript to query external data. You can query data from Grail and then modify it before it gets uh, brought back the result to the visualization here in the dashboard. So there's so many cool things you can do.
Oh, cool. So if you
Yeah.
want to do some like more complex stuff, I guess doing the TypeScript stuff
Yeah,
for
think about using a dashboard that queries the weather service,
yeah.
right? Queries temperatures, and then if you have a business that is depending on the weather, you say, "Hey, this was our business, and here is the actual weather, like the
Yeah.
temperatures, because we just queried this live from an
Yeah.
external service." Yeah, yeah.
That's very cool.
Or what I've
Yeah, that's
seen
very,
is,
very cool.
yeah, what I've seen is people use query, let's say revenue, right? Because in
Uh-huh.
Dynatrace, if you have revenue numbers in your logs or in your
Yeah.
traces or in your metrics, and then you can say, hey, I want to convert everything to a current, to a standard currency. So you
Yeah.
could say, I'm querying the exchange rate, and then on the fly,
Oh,
I convert all of the data we have into dollars, euros, yen, whatever.
right, right. So basically you could have like a variable and it's driven by
Mm-hmm.
TypeScript to pull the
Yeah,
currency exchange from the
yeah,
interwebs.
yeah,
Oh, that's super cool.
yeah,
That is very cool.
yeah,
Damn,
yeah,
color me impressed.
yeah. So last thing I want to show you, and
Mhm.
this, I'm not sure if I think we also did this in the notebook session. So this particular dashboard now is your dashboard. It's on your tenant, and it's only by default, I think, visible to you.
Yes.
But you have the share option on the top,
Yes, indeed.
right? And this is where you can either share it with people that already are part of your Dynatrace tenant. That's one
Hmm.
option. Or you can also create a so-called share link, and you can
Yeah,
specify you can only view or also edit. Yeah.
that's so cool. For this one here, will it only work if the person I'm sharing it with also has access to my tenant?
Yeah, I think if you would send it to somebody that doesn't have access, they would probably get an access denied.
Mm,
Exactly. Yeah.
cool, cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. And then I noticed also there's an upload button.
Yeah, because there's also a download option. So you can always upload stuff, but you can also download. So the three dots that you have next to your name, this is, yeah, exactly.
Okay,
This
okay,
is where you
okay.
can download.
Ooh,
Yeah.
let's see. Let's download, and then I'll open this in my tab here.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Just JSON,
JSON,
yeah. And
which is
then,
cool because then if you want to share a dashboard with your buddy,
yeah, exactly.
you can share that.
Yeah, we have a couple of Git repositories out there where we are sharing dashboards in JSON format.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So then basically you have like a set of canned dashboards that are recommended for customers.
Yeah,
That are,
there's a couple. There's two things. There is, if you click on the top left on the dashboard icon on
uh-huh.
the top left where it says dashboards, yeah,
Yeah.
this one. So what you will
Okay.
see is there are all of the dashboards that are owned by you, but
Yeah.
there's also so-called ready-made dashboards that are delivered
Right.
with the apps. So for instance, there's the
Ah,
Kubernetes app delivers different dashboards, the extensions,
cool.
logs. So these are ready-made. They come pre-installed whenever you are installing one of these apps in your Dynatrace tenant,
Oh,
right?
okay.
But then additionally, you can, there might be customized dashboards out there. Like I've created some on Argo, on Jenkins, like how to observe
Yeah.
these systems. And then we are sharing
Yeah.
them through other means. Yeah.
Cool. This is great.
And
That's awesome.
actually, I have one more last thing. There's one more thing.
Yeah.
Go back to your dashboard that you just
Uh,
had open, the hotel demo
oh, yeah.
dashboard.
Yeah. How do I
It's
go
the first,
back?
it's the first one in your list, I think, even.
Oh, it's like click on it, dummy. Yes.
So if you click on these three dots again next to the name,
Yep. Yep.
there's also one that's called Add to Doc. You see that?
Yes.
What this does, it will add it to your doc on the left side.
Ta-da! Which is
Right?
nice because if it's a dashboard, especially I guess if you're an SRE and you have your go-to dashboard, it's like right there
Exactly.
for you.
Exactly.
Love it.
Yeah.
This has been really great, and I'm really excited because we have like some future episodes where the one I'm most excited about is where you show me how we can correlate traces, logs, metrics with DQL.
Exactly. Yeah. We should do just a
So
session on DQL, the power of
yeah.
DQL. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, yeah, because there's like some gnarly stuff that DQL can do, which is amazing. I feel like Henrik on our team has done some incredible DQL stuff that I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
So you can definitely do some really cool stuff. But I'm very excited about having that correlation bit for me as an OTel lover. I think that's very
Yeah.
cool. Amazing. Yeah, this has been awesome. And for folks who are following along, stay tuned for the next episode.
See ya.
Until next time,
Bye.
bye.